Hi guys, Barb here with barbstamps.com, and today we're going to work on this card using the Nailed It bundle, and it's a really fun card. We've also got the hexagon folder in use here. It's a pretty simple card to put together, so let's head over and I'll show you how to do it. All right, here we go. This is the card we're going to be making today. This is a card that my Big Shot at Home girls got in their packets this month. We're going to use the Nailed It bundle, which includes the Nailed It stamp set, and then we've got the Build It framelits. So we've got a lot of fun framelits in here. One of the ones we're going to use on this card is this ruler, and I'm not sure if the camera picked it up or not, but can you see? The ruler die adds just embossed marks, so it looks like a ruler on the side of the card there, so that's really cool. So we've got the ruler, we're going to use the screwdriver, the hammer, the wrench, and then this little screw here. We've also got a saw, we've got a hexagon, we've got a little label, and we've got a little nut also in this set of dies. So I'm going to get my stamps out here. So we're going to use the hammer and the screwdriver and the wrench. And I've got some basic gray and some Pacific Point. We're going to ink up all of our stamps in the basic gray. I've also got some smoky slate here that we're going to add the wrench with. So I'm going to just stamp the wrench right on there. Oh, I just love these things. I was so happy when Stampin' Up! Came out with this because we were just needing a real man set. Okay, so we're going to stamp the hammer on both pieces of cardstock, the gray and the Pacific Point. All right, and we're going to do the same thing with the screwdriver. We're going to get that on both pieces. I actually think I'm going to go this way. Okay, stamp it on this piece here. And then we're going to bring in the Big Shot, and we're going to die cut these guys. So we've got the Big Shot here with the precision base plate, the thin die adapter, and the, Big Shot platform. Drew a blank there for a second. Okay, so we need the wrench image here. Oops, stuck on my finger. I guess we'll do the Pacific Point tools first. Line those up. Add the cutting pad. And I'm going to run it through here. Okay, we've got our wrench, we've got our Pacific Point hammer, and our Pacific Point screwdriver. All right, I'm going to run these other pieces through, and I'll be right back. Got my tools cut out, and now I'm going to use my Hexagon Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder, boy that's a mouthful, to get the pattern on this silver foil sheet. So I'm just going to add this into the folder where I want it to go, and that looks good. Got my Big Shot platform with my thin die adapter. Oh, actually I don't need the thin die adapter. Just got the Big Shot platform. I've got the folder, which I'm going to send in folded edge first, hinge first, and then my clear cutting pad, and we'll just run this through. And then we have that really, really cool pattern on there. Isn't that just awesome? I'm going to add this embossed piece to this layer of Pacific Point. And I do like to use liquid glue when I'm adhering embossed images that have been embossed with the Big Shot, because I find that it sticks better than like snail or something. I think Fast Fuse might work too, but I just am a big fan of this liquid glue. So we'll get that on there, kind of press it down, rub it a little bit on the back, and there we have it. Bring in some more pieces here. We've got this layer, and this is going to be right up here in the corner, so we'll just go ahead and adhere that as well. So I'm just going to kind of leave equal space on the top and the side for this piece. I think that looks pretty good. All right, and I do need to stamp a little greeting down here. So I've got a greeting from the stamp set, and this one says, "Thanks for always building me up." Thought that was a nice saying. Got our basic gray in here, so we'll ink up the greeting. Stamp it down here. Well, isn't that just special? Well, we screwed up, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this layer off, and I'm going to cut a new piece of smoky slate, and then we're going to start over. And I thought that I screwed it up. I thought I felt a little touchdown before I was actually ready to stamp it. So let me cut a new piece. I'll be right back. All right, I am back with my new piece, and I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it first before I glue that on this time. So we'll see if we can handle it. All right, so somewhere down here on the bottom, we're not going to touch down before we actually are ready. There it is. You guys should just give the video a thumbs up for that. Okay, so now we're going to add our glue to the back here. No one's ever going to know that I screwed this up. Well, you guys will know, but the person that gets the card isn't going to have a clue that Barb screwed it up. Okay, make sure that's even on there. And we'll give that a press, and we'll set that off to the side. So now we're going to build our tools. So we've got the little screw here. Oops. And you can see that the die does add some really cool embossing lines. It actually looks like screw threads, so that's cool. And then we need the handle off of this piece, not the actual screwdriver part. Same thing with the hammer. We need the handle, so we're just going to cut that off. Okay. And then I'm just going to glue the handle onto this handle. Right on there nicely. Oh, yes. Same thing with the screwdriver. We're just going to glue the blue handle onto the gray piece. Oh, actually, I need to cut some more of that off. I don't want any of the screwdriver to show. Okay. So there, we've got our blue handle on there. Done. We've got the hammer. We've got the wrench. These are scraps. We've got the screw. And then we've got the ruler. I just ran this through the Big Shot. So here's the ruler. You can see those wonderful detailed lines on there. And actually the backside turned out pretty cool too, because it actually has some black from that precision base plate. So now I'm not really sure which side I want to have show. I think I'm going to go with this side. That looks pretty good. So we're going to bring this layer back in, and we're going to add some glue right along the edge here for the ruler. Get the ruler on there, and we're just going to butt it up to the edge. I actually cut it a little longer than I needed it, so I could kind of wiggle it back and forth, get it, where I want it on there. So we'll just press that down, and then we can just easily snip off the excess cardstock. All right. Put this away so I don't get ink on anything that doesn't need ink on it. Here's our main card base. It is the basic gray, so we'll just fold that in half. Okay, and then we're going to add this to the front. And then we'll work on building our pocket for the tools. This gray piece is 3 1/4 by 5, so it does leave a little more border around it than your standard 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer. But I just wanted it. I wanted it like that. It's my card. I can do what I want, right? Okay. So now we need to make a pocket. So we've got a piece of the basic gray, and I'm going to bring in one of these banner stamps from the Badges and Banners stamp set. This has a coordinating punch, and it's got some really fun badges here. But we're going to use this kind of striped one. We're going to make a striped pocket for our tools to set in. Ink that up. Actually, I think it's going to go right here. This scrap might not be big enough. We will see. No, that worked. Okay. So we'll cut off the end, we can get the punch in here. So here's the punch, and we're just going to slide that down into the punch until it looks like it's lined up nicely. And we'll punch it out. All right, so here's our pocket, and we're just going to kind of round off the bottom here so that it actually does look like a pocket. And now on my original card, you can see that I took a marker and I kind of made lines around the pocket. Now I don't know if I want to do that with this striped pocket or not. I do have one that's already done. So I don't know. What do you guys think? The little dotted lines around it or not? I think I kind of like the dotted lines, so I think we'll go with that. And it was really simple how I did that. I just brought in one of my Project Life markers, and this is the wider tip, and I've just added, you know, hash marks just all the way around the pocket piece until it was done like that. Okay, so I think we're actually going to keep this like this. Bring our tools back in here. We're going to add the tools to the back of the pocket. So I'm going to add the wrench first. Add some glue onto the wrench, and I kind of want it about like so. Bring in our hammer. Maybe about like that. And then our screwdriver. Oh goodness, did I even have this in the camera view? I hope so. Screwdriver right there. Just got glue on my shopping information. Okay, so here's our pocket. Get that glued down pretty good. We're going to use some dimensionals on the back here. So we'll just add some dimensionals. And maybe one more down here. Okay. Bring the card back in, place the pocket where we want it, about like so. And our little screw here, we need to add some glue to that. So I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of glue. We'll set that right next to our pocket. And then I have one little detail that I want to add right there. It's our Urban Underground embellishments. These are in the Occasions catalog, and they're just really cool. We've got the nuts here and the screw heads and then some fancy stars. So I've got one of these little screw heads already cut out. So I've got another package of them here. So I've got this little guy already cut off, and I'm going to use my piercing tool to stick it on the adhesive because I have no nails, and I'm going to stick this right in the center of this really cool embossed part here. Okay, so that is our man card. Isn't that cool? I just love how the silver foil paper embossed makes the card look super cool. That's all I have for you guys today. If you need any of the supplies to create your own man cards with the Nailed It bundle, you can get them at shoppingwithbarb.com. As always, if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something new, give it a thumbs up, and please leave your comments. I try to answer all of them if I can. And have a wonderful, wonderful day.